Hello there, my name's Kristen Ardilillo and I'll be talking to you guys about this guy right here, Charles Darwin. He's a very famous scientist who discovered the idea or theory of evolution. That's why he's important. He came up with natural selection, and that's a theory that we still observe today. I think that's pretty important. But this idea didn't just spark out of thin air. He had to come up with it somewhere. And it started about 1831 in the Galapagos Islands. He and a few other scientists were abroad on the HMS Beagle, that's the name of their ship, and they traveled to each of these islands. And while they were on the ship, Charles Darwin was reading a book called Principles of Geology, written by Lyell, another scientist. And in this book, Lyell explains how he believes that fossils are proof of animals that lived, thousands to millions of years ago. This interested Darwin, obviously, because when he went home, he did about 20 years of research. I'm sure that's more than any UCF student has ever studied for a test, but he did 20 years of research and came up with the theory of natural selection, which is the idea that organisms that are best suited to the environment would naturally be more likely to reproduce and pass along those traits to their offspring. Of course, the traits would change over time based on where the organism was living. So while Charles Darwin was researching this, he came across another scientist named Alfred Russel Wallace. And being the nice guy that Charles Darwin is, he didn't want to be a backstabber and take all the credit for the information. So in 1858, they both decided to announce the big idea together. Yay! So nice. And a year later, Charles Darwin wrote a book on the origin of species by means of natural selection. So I guess he got famous for his little book. But it was extremely controversial, so I'm sure after he wrote it, he wishes he didn't, because the church was pretty upset with his theories in this book. He basically said that we came from monkeys, and of course, if you're religious, you believe that God created man, created Adam and Eve and all that stuff. So, moral of the story, Charles Darwin is a wonderful scientist and we love him, but the church hates him. So, church hates him, but we love him. So, I hope you learned a little tidbit from my video. Thank you for watching.